Are you a fan of horror stories? If so, then you must watch this video to get your feel of the scary Chinese stories. From ancient tales of ghosts and spirits to the more contemporary ghost stories of modern times, this video has it all. If you like it detailed, I have 3 long stories waiting for you. Do you like them short and straight to the point? Then I have taken 3 short stories. Enjoy the suspense as you listen to the stories of Chinese folklore and get ready to be spooked. So don't wait, make yourself comfortable and get your dose of eerie tales from the East. As the last bus of the day, number 330 rolled through the airy darkness of Beijing. The ticket lady suddenly noticed 2 figures in the distance, their hands raised in the air as if in homage to the bus. Curiosity filled her mind as the bus came to a stop and the 4 passengers on board looked on in alarm. But what she thought was a duo of passengers quickly became a trio of ancient-looking men wearing the traditional robes of the Kan dynasty. And to her surprise, they were carrying a third individual, dressed similarly and seemingly in a deep slumber. In that moment, the ticket lady realized that she had just made an extraordinary stop, one that she would never forget. The passengers gazed at them with suspicion and fear. The ticket agent, feeling the need to ease their worries, walked to their seat to explain that they were likely just actors in disguise. The strangers stepped onto the bus and settled into the back seats. The journey progressed in eerie silence. A few stops later, the couple exited the bus, leaving a lingering sense of unease in their wake. The old woman's shriek cut through the air, her eyes blazing with accusation as she pointed an accusing finger at the remaining boy. "You took money out of my purse," she yelled. "I don't care where you go. At the next stop you're getting off with me to go to the police station." The boy's heart raced as he reluctantly agreed, but as soon as they stepped off the bus and it was lost in the distance, the old woman grabbed his arm and looked at him in fear. "Son, I'm sorry for the fuss, but I had to find a way for you to get off with me without raising suspicion," she told him. "A while ago, a gust of wind blew through the window and lifted the cloaks of those men. I saw clearly that none of them had feet." The boy shivered with terror as he felt an icy chill run down his spine. News soon spread about the disappearance of bus 330, and investigators were quickly dispatched to search for it. However, what they found was far more sinister than anyone expected. When the bus was eventually located, 2 corpses were found inside, decomposed to a state that was impossible in the 2 days since their disappearance. No one could ever explain the events of that night and the terror it left behind. The following legend is believed to be a true story and occurred in a restaurant in Hong Kong during the 90s. It caused so much controversy at the time that even the local government had to admit the veracity of the facts. It all began one night when the employees of the restaurant received a call. Someone was ordering food for delivery. It was a real feast of Cantonese dishes, including traditional Cantonese delicacies such as noodles, boiled eggs, marinated chicken and duck, among others. When the order was ready, a boy went out to deliver it on his motorcycle. He arrived at a house whose lights were turned off and gave the appearance of being inhabited. Dubitatively, he knocked on the door and almost instantly a very scary voice spoke to him. "Leave the food on the floor and go away." At that moment, under the floor, someone slid the money. The boy took it quizzically and got on his motorcycle, thinking about the kind of people who would live there. The boy returned to the same mysterious address for a second night. The eerie silence only disrupted by a voice calling for Cantonese food. He cautiously stepped closer, the hair on the back of his neck standing on edge, as he noticed the money was again being slid underneath the door. Hesitantly, he collected it and got back on his motorcycle, his mind racing with questions about the kind of person who could be living there. Meanwhile, at the restaurant, the boss was counting the receipts when he noticed that there was dead people's money among the previous night's payments. In China, this kind of money consisted of toy bills that are burned and offered to deceased loved ones in the belief that they will be able to use it in the afterlife. Unnerved, he demanded answers from his employees, yet none had any. It was only when the fresh-faced delivery boy appeared, recounting the peculiar visitors who'd requested meals the previous 2 evenings, that he began to sense something wasn't right. The next night, when the boss got the call from the same place, he decided that he would go and deliver the order himself. He grabbed the order and nervously made his way to the spooky house. He knocked on the door, only to hear a voice from beyond the grave. Put the food down and leave. The man anxiously seized the money under the door, examining it with an eagle eye to ensure it was legitimate. He placed the food down and hastily departed. But when he revisited the spot the following morning, his heart skipped a bit when he noticed the money had taken on a sinister form, becoming dead people's money. His heart pounding, he hastily dialed the police, and within minutes a pair of officers had arrived to escort him to the house. Without a response to their urgent knocks on the door, the officers yelled out with a commanding voice, "Open up immediately, this is the police." They forced their way in, dreading what answers would await them. What they found inside filled them with an abject terror. The living room was host to a gruesome sight. 3 corpses lay there, their decaying bodies having been left undiscovered for weeks. Unbelievable, hit one of the neighbors, his eyes wide with shock as he heard that I heard them playing cards and laughing uproariously for 3 nights straight. The shockwave spread through the crowd as they stood in disbelief. The forensics had uncovered something that seemed impossible. Traces of continuous food were found inside the stomachs of the corpses, remnants of a meal consumed the night prior. So, what happened during the last 3 nights in this house? Zhu Yingtai was a girl who loved to read. However, schools in China, long ago, were only for boys. With a determined glint in her eye, Zhu Yingtai ventured forth on her journey, disguised as a young man, in search of knowledge she was forbidden to receive. With the help of her devoted maid, she bravely defied the conventions of her time and set out on a daring mission. Once at the school, she met Liang Shanbo, and the two quickly developed an unbreakable bond. Although their time together was fleeting, their love of each other only grew stronger over the years. At last, the day came to Zhu Yingtai and Liang Shanbo to part ways, but their bond could not be broken. With this, Zhu Yingtai knew she had to find a way to stay with her beloved, even if it meant facing the danger of being caught. Liang, I want to tell you something. Tell me, friend, whatever you want. I have a sister whose name is Zhu Yingtai and she's in love with you. She's very pretty. How can she possibly be in love with me? We haven't even met in person. I've told her so much about you in my letters, and I can tell she's aching to meet you. I'm imploring you to come to my house this summer and finally meet her. Alright, my friend, as you say. Thus, Zhu Yingtai returned home very happy, because she thought that in a short time she would be able to reveal to Liang the secret she had kept for so long. Unfortunately, life took an unexpected turn. The boy died because of an epidemic that hit the region. A few days later, the girl found out what had happened and swore that she would not marry anyone. However, her father had already arranged a marriage with one of the sons of the most important local landowner. Therefore, the young woman had no choice but to accept. However, as a last favor, she asked her father to allow her to go to Shanbo's grave to pay tribute to him after the wedding. The young woman stepped out of the carriage, her feet taking her towards the cemetery. As she approached Liang's grave, the air suddenly turned icy cold, sending shivers up her spine. Without warning, the crypt of the deceased creaked open and the corpse emerged, its mouth curved into a sinister smile. Without a second thought, the girl leaped into the seemingly bottomless abyss. Instantly, a flurry of vibrant butterflies soared out of the darkness, vanishing into the far-off sky. In the blink of an eye, the tomb was devoid of life. The witnesses turned speechless. Amid the eerie stillness, a blanket of colorful white flowers bloomed over the grave. A strange and beautiful juxtaposition, a reminder of this macabre beauty. For me, this story is more a kind of Romeo and Juliet, remastered version Chinese. But seriously, how can something beautiful be at the same time something creepy, right? If you find yourself wandering the Chinese countryside and come across the corpses of villagers with their hearts ripped from the chesters, Beware, for a fox demon may be lurking nearby, ready to take advantage of the unsuspecting. These demonic creatures often take the form of beautiful, alluring women, luring their victims in with their charms before devouring their hearts or livers to sustain their beauty and immortality, or to even take on the form of their victims. Be warned and stay vigilant. The Chinese expression fox demon has sometimes been used to describe beautiful women with ambiguous morals. Not all fox demons are evil. Some Chinese legends tell stories of kind of generous fox spirits. However, it's better to be safe than sorry. So if you come across a beautiful woman who is a little suspicious, it's best to flee the scene, believe it or not. Taken from Hong Kong horror movies, the Nugi or ghost woman was a woman long in life, and according to legend, she came back from the dead to take revenge by sucking the life essence of her enemies. These specters are usually the ghosts of women murdered or abused by their husbands. For this reason, many urban legends say that these ghosts kill the men, but only frighten women. Here is a strange story. In southern China and other parts of Asia, such as Thailand, female ghosts are said to appear wailing at night with a baby under banana trees. These ghosts can be summoned to help you predict the winning lottery numbers. But beware, if you don't keep your promise and release the ghost after your wish is granted, the ghost will take your soul instead, surely the cousin of the devil. I hope you enjoyed hearing the scary Chinese stories I told in this video. These stories are part of the rich culture and history of China, and I'm sure you found them as fascinating as I did. Support me by subscribing and see you soon on this same channel. Thank you for watching.